I'm using a new recording device, and so hopefully I won't have any glitches and stuff, but I only have a 15-minute maximum for time, so let's get to it, and hopefully it's a better quality of video. But again, I'm still working on it. Brand new. You're my first recording, so let's see what we're doing. So, geometry Q1, Pythagorean Theorem, and the Pythagorean Theorem. The Pythagorean Theorem can only be used with right triangles. Okay, right triangles. Let's talk about a right triangle really quickly. So if you have a right triangle, the two sides that make up the right angle are called legs. And what the right angle is pointing to is called the hypotenuse. Okay? So you have two legs and a hypotenuse. The hypotenuse is always the longer side. If you have a right triangle and you know two of the sides, no matter if it's two legs or a leg and a hypotenuse, then what you can do is use the Pythagorean theorem to be able to find the missing side. The Pythagorean theorem is a squared plus b squared equals c squared. Pythagorean theorem is used a lot in construction and other programs that you need to use. Okay, so a squared plus b squared equals c squared. The a squared and the b squared are your two legs. It doesn't matter if a is the shortest leg or b is the shortest leg. A and b are going to be added together. C squared is always by itself, and it is the hypotenuse every single time. Okay, so if we have a squared plus b squared equals c squared, and it's asking for c. Now, in Excel, they didn't label this c because it's a hypotenuse. They just picked a letter out of the alphabet and put it there. So be careful on that. But in this case, it is c anyway. So 12 squared, because I'm just choosing 12 to be a, and 5 squared equals c squared. 144 plus 25 equals c squared. Add 169 equals c squared. My whole goal is to be able to get c by itself, and if c is being squared right now, how do you undo squaring? You square root it. And so the square root of 169 is 13. So this side is 13. What is the length of the hypotenuse? 13. Okay. Then, see if I can move this camera anywhere. I'm recording. On this one, again, we're looking for the hypotenuse because we have the two legs. So a squared plus b squared equals c squared. 42 squared plus 40 squared equals c squared. You are going to want a calculator for this unit, not just this lesson. So what did we do? We added. No, I'm sorry, we did not add. And you're not going to be able to see that anyway. So let's just write it here. We added. We did not add. My goodness gracious gravy sakes. We squared. Then we added, because I'm about to. And then to get c squared, or to get c by itself, what do? We square root. Those are the three things that you do every single time whenever you are looking for the hypotenuse. So it's 58. Now we're going to find missing legs. And in this case, we have and a. So a squared plus b squared equals c squared. It did not give us a, but b is 51. Don't forget the little 2 up there because we're squaring it. And the c, and we're going to square it. So we're going to grab a handy dandy calculator, and we're going to do 51 squared and get 2601. And then we're going to do 85 squared and get 7225. Now look right here. My goal is to get a by itself, but right now a is with 2601. So we need to get rid of the 2601. So right now it's adding, so we are going to subtract it. So minus 2601, 4624. But I need to get a by itself, and right now it's square with it, so we're going to square root it. So it's 68. Okay. So again, we are looking for a leg. We're looking for b this time. A squared plus b squared equals c squared. 7 squared equals plus b squared equals 8 squared. 49 plus b squared equals 64. We subtract. 64 minus 49 is 15. And then we're going to square root it. If you are using my calculators, it's going to give you the square root of 15 as the answer, but we want to be able to round. So above the enter button on the calculator, there's a toggle button. Hit the toggle button and it'll turn it into a decimal. We run around to the 10th. The 10th is 1 decimal spot. So if it says 3.87, the 7 is going to change that 8 to a 9. Now what did we do? What are the 3 steps to do every single time that we're looking for a leg? We still square, but then we subtract, and then we square root. So the only difference between finding the hypotenuse and finding a leg is the middle number. If you're finding the hypotenuse, you're trying to get a bigger number, so you're going to add. If you're finding a leg, you're trying to find a smaller number than the hypotenuse, so you're going to subtract. But the first step is squaring both of the numbers, and the last step is square rooting those. On the school playground, spend most of my days playing some people outside of school. No, just kidding. On the school playground, the slide is 18 feet west of the tire swing. So here's, north, south, east, west, right? So the slide is 18 feet west than the tire swing. There's the tire swing. And 24 feet south of the monkey bars. Okay. During recess, Avery plays on the tire swing. She starts here. Then she goes to the slide. Then she goes to meet some people in the monkey bars. Then she returns to the tire swing. What is the total distance Avery traveled? Well, she traveled 18, then she traveled 24, but we need to know this to be able to get a total distance. And so since we're talking about north, south, east, west, we are talking about 90 degrees, and 90 degrees is a right angle. So we are looking for the hypotenuse. So we're going to square 18, and we're going to square 24, and we're going to find c squared. 18 squared is 324. 24 squared is 576. And plus 3, we're going to add them together to get 900 to get c squared. So I square a root and I square a root, and c is 30. Now 30 is not the answer. 30 is the hypotenuse, and it wants the total distance. So if it wants the total distance, we're going to add 30 and 24 and 18. 12, carry the 1, 5, 6, and 7 feet. Three ballet dancers are positioned on stage. If Kendall is 7 feet straight behind Lena, okay, and 6 feet directly left of Dustin, 6 and 7, how far is Lena from Dustin? So this time we are just looking for the hypotenuse and not the total distance. So if we're looking for the hypotenuse, we are going to add them and square root them. If you have a calculator and you can put that in there, it is going to give you the answer. So, and it says round to the nearest tenth. So the square root of 6 squared plus 7 squared equals that, and we're going to toggle to the nearest tenth. 9.21. Is the 1 going to change the 2? No. So it's 9.2 feet. Okay. I think I can. Danny's bedroom is rectangular. The length of one wall of Danny's bedroom is 6. The length from one corner diagonally to the other corner, opposite corner, is 8. What is the length of the other wall? So we're looking at this right here. Don't care about any of that. So now we're looking for a leg. So we're going to take the hypotenuse and we're going to subtract the leg and we're going to square root it. Because I already have the bigger number, we are going to subtract. So 8 squared minus 6 squared and toggle 5.29. Does the 9 change the 2? Yes. To 3. I got 3 minutes to be able to do this last question. What is the perimeter? Be careful and make sure that you read the question. I was wondering why I put this all the way down here. So what is the perimeter? The perimeter is all of the sides added together. Well, I know it's 6 and 5, but I don't know the other one. The other one is the hypotenuse. So we're going to square them, we're going to add them, and we're going to take the square root of them. So the square root of 6 squared plus 5 squared, round to the nearest tenth, so 7.8 is that. That is not the answer, that is just the hypotenuse. So we're going to do 6, 5, and 7.8. We're going to add them together, 18.8 feet. We did it.